The Accelerator is a hardcore tower that attacks in delayed bursts with the charge-up time between bursts, dealing massive amounts of damage in a short period of time. Additionally, there is a delay before it attacks its first enemy. It can be purchased from the store for Hardcore Gem 2500 and has a level requirement of level 50. The Accelerator will focus on one target, switching to another if the previous target is killed or leaves the range of the Accelerator. The Accelerator fires in bursts before waving its hand, indicating that the ray gun needs to recharge. This tower has a placement limit of 8 per player. Do note that the Accelerator does not always deal the damage it is meant to. For example, a level 0 Accelerator may deal 8 to 9 damage per tick instead of 10. The Accelerator works great against slow enemies if its targeting is set to strongest. When locked onto an enemy, it does not change its target unless it is killed or moves out of range. The Accelerator can also deal with hordes by transferring the burst between enemies without any penalties. Pair the Accelerator with the DJ booth to increase the Accelerator's somewhat short range. If the Accelerator is boosted by the commander, the time between each burst is not decreased. Only tick time is decreased. While this can be used to counter heathens, it is quite expensive to initially place down. If you want to place it down before heathens or shadows become an issue, you may want to use the farm. When trying to activate the hidden wave, the Accelerator can aid with its high DPS against enemies like the Fallen King. During the hidden wave, it can help take down the creator. However, do be aware of its charge-up time. If you are really unlucky, it may delay progression of waves. Fast enemies like the Glitch, Fallen, Error, Circuit or Shock can outrun the Accelerator's charge-up time if it is poorly placed. You may need to bring the Freezer, Frost Blaster, Toxic Gunner, Sledger or Electroshocker to slow down these enemies so that the Accelerator can charge up and hit them. You can also use other high DPS towers with no delay in attacking, like the Ranger or Turret, to defeat these enemies. If you can afford it, the Accelerator should be upgraded to level 5 before another one is placed due to the low charge-up time and longer burst timer at level 5 compared to earlier levels. Try to place the Accelerator away from the path so that it cannot be stunned by short-range attacks from enemies like the Fallen Guardian, as this will mean the Accelerator will need to go through its lengthy charge-up again. The Accelerator, when stunned, will charge up but will end its burst immediately after the charge-up ends.
Trivia.
The Accelerator currently uses the dev-exclusive War Machine upgrade icons. The Accelerator's plasma gun is loosely based from the glue-on gun from Half-Life. The Accelerator is the only tower which can receive cash from enemies that appear from mystery enemies or summoned enemies. The Accelerator is the second tower to make use of the lock-on mechanic. After the Sentry, the level 5 Accelerator changes the color of some effects to purple. Most notably, the tower indicator ring under your towers changes to purple. The tower ability particles such as Commander's Call to Arms ability become purple. During hardcore testing, this also happened with the Johnson Raging Shout ability. Stun particles, such as basic stun particles from the Fallen King's Stomp or fire from Molten Boss's Fireball also become purple. Because of a bug, this does not always occur, with the exception of the tower indicator. However, it can occur when you upgrade the Accelerator to level 5 when the effect particles are still active. The Accelerator is currently the only tower to have hidden detection at level 0. The Accelerator was one of the 2 hardcore towers in hardcore testing along with the Mecha Base. After the overhaul update, the Mecha Base was removed, leaving the Accelerator as the only hardcore tower purchasable. The Accelerator is currently the only tower to have the lock-on mechanic. The only other tower that had this mechanic was the Sentry, but the tower has since been removed. The Accelerator was originally supposed to get a drone flying around it at some level, but this was removed possibly because it caused lag. The drone can still be seen on one of the game icons. Prior to the Frost Invasion event, it was possible to see some of the Accelerator statistics from private testing sessions in the lobby. These were damage 3 fire rate 0.2 range 18 placement limit 5. The Accelerator was originally supposed to increase its damage over time by gaining a damage buff instead of charging up and dealing damage in bursts. This was most likely changed as it was very similar to the phaser from tower battles. Note that charge up happens when the Accelerator first starts attacking or its cooldown ends. This is indicated by an animation where the Accelerator charges up its ray gun. The cooldown happens when the burst time ends. This is indicated by an animation where the Accelerator waves its hand. DPS is calculated as damage times burst time, tick divided by charge up plus burst time plus cooldown. Actual DPS may vary from time